Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Today is the first Sunday of 2026, so I'm going to vlog today, just do like a Sunday reset and bring you guys along with me to hopefully have some good energy going into 2026. Right now, I am getting ready for church. I already ate breakfast and now I'm just going to do my hair. I realized I could do my hair really fast, so we're going to time it today and see how fast I can do it. I'm curling it, by the way. And of course, starting off with some heat protectant. I only started using heat protectant like a few months ago, but I used to actually still also do my hair a lot before and put heat on it. I just didn't use protectant, which I could tell the effects of it on my hair because my hair got really dry, but also my hair did also have a perm and it was dyed. So I think it was just like everything at that point. It's like getting healthier now. I've actually been using this. I think it went viral a bit ago, but it's a Super Milk like leave-in conditioning spray from Lush, and I do think it's made my hair softer. But the one downside though is my hair used to hold curls really well. Like I would curl it and leave it for 3 days and it would still look great. And I do think that was just because my hair was really dry and damaged. And since I started using that product, it's gotten a lot softer and it still does hold my curls, but not as well. So that's sad. Right. So I'm going to section my hair and then I'll start the timer once I actually get this ready. And starting the timer now. And then while I'm doing this, I kind of want to talk about some 2026 goals I've made for myself. So this morning I did a bit of journaling as I was eating breakfast. And I think one thing I really want to work on is tracking my finances. So right now, I do think I do like pretty good with my budget. I just don't really keep track of it. You know what I mean? So I did used to have like a Google Sheets that I used for like maybe like 3 months, and then I stopped doing that. So I kind of want to bring that back, especially right now since I'm trying to pay off my college loans. I want to get that like paid off as soon as I can, and I am very grateful and lucky that I don't actually have a lot of loans, but with working only like part-time income right now, it is like a very large amount that I do have to consider in proportion to like the money I'm making. Hopefully that will help with that and like make it less stressful like thinking about money. Another goal of mine is to read 3 non-fiction books this year. So I've always been really into reading, and then it kind of like fell off late high school and then early college, and I really picked it back up again like the past like year and a half. But I do tend to read the same types of books over and over again. I have read a couple like bibliographies and like memoirs. I read When Breath Becomes Air. I will say that is probably like one of my favorite non-fiction books. But I do want to just diversify the types of content that I am reading. And another goal on top of that is just to read more in general. Even though I did read a lot last year, I want to really up it. So, okay, this is like totally unrelated, but I have been having some hair loss issue the past few months. Like when I shower, I lose so much hair, like so much more than I used to. And even when I like sleep and I wake up, there will be hair like shedded on my pillow. And I wasn't that concerned in the beginning, but I am a little bit now because it kind of just keeps being more and more. So I need to figure out what are some ways I can prevent this, because I'm not trying to be bald in like 2 years. Stop the timer because I just finished. It took me 8 minutes and 50 seconds. I know it looks kind of crazy right now, like I look like a founding father, but just trust. So it looks like this right now. I'm gonna leave it to cool for like a minute and a half-ish or 2 minutes, and then I will kind of just brush it out with my hands. And then this is what it looks like after I've kind of finished everything. I don't really put any hairspray in my hair because, like I said, it's damaged enough, unfortunately, that it does hold the curls. But even like me just brushing my hair out right now, guys, like I lost so much hair. It's like, I'm not even gonna show you because it's kind of gross, but there's like a lot of hair on the ground right now in my bathroom. So.
Where are we? I got the Gara, the spicy. I got the Sapporo Shio.
Hello. So I got back a little bit ago, and we're gonna do some cleaning now. As you can see, right over there, I have a pile of clothes, and then I have some more clothes and a very dirty desk over there. So it's been like slowly accumulating for the past like 3-ish weeks because that was kind of the last time I cleaned things out. So we're gonna work on that right now. On Sundays, I also like going through my Google Calendar and just making sure that I have everything for the week on there. It's really nothing fancy, like, it's pretty standard. The only thing I really color code is between my 2 jobs, so that way I, like, don't mess up that, because that's, like, the most important thing. But every year, I like to create a vision board or, like, mood board. All I do is really collage a bunch of photos together, and then I'll set that as the lock screen or, like, background on my computer. So this is the one I made for this year. I made this a couple days ago. There's a lot of nature going on. I'm hoping to do some more hiking once the weather gets warmer here, like in spring and summer. Some running, like down here to motivate me for the half marathon. Some reading. I do have a Bible verse in here. This is Isaiah 43, which I think has been a very helpful passage for me in these past few months. When we have traveling, I'm going to Florida soon with my sister, so that'll be fun. But other than that, hopefully doing some other traveling as well throughout the year. We've got some reading, some photos of just Boston, the city I'm currently living in, and then also some like video editing. Hopefully I am also keeping my YouTube postings consistent this year. That's one of my goals as well. Oh, I want to give you guys like a reading update of some stuff that I've read this year because I know I talked about like reading earlier today. Right now I am reading this book called Shark Heart, which I had heard about online, but I really didn't know what it was about at all. Like I went with zero expectations and I thought it was going to be realistic fiction. And then all of a sudden the main character got diagnosed into becoming a great white shark. I was so confused and I know this is so dumb, but I literally searched up his diagnosis online because I was like, maybe it's a real thing. Like maybe, I don't know. But obviously, turns out it's not. But it is a really, really good book. I think the book does a really good job about diving deep into the emotions of the main characters and in experiencing these different like obstacles and life-changing events that comes up, like how they handle it and how they evolve with it. So I'm only like 75% of the way through the book right now. I'm reading it on my Kindle, but I really do enjoy it. Other than that, the most recent book, I finished this like last week. It's called The Rumor by Leslie Cara. So I picked this up at a secondhand bookstore. Never heard of it before. Just read the back and thought it was interesting. It is like a thriller mystery with a twist at the end. It's a kind of easy read, I would say. But there are a lot of characters in the beginning, and I do feel like they're not fully fleshed out, so it was a little hard to follow along. You get used to it like halfway through, but the depth of each individual character seems to be a little bit missing in my opinion. I still finished it all the way through. I didn't really like the way it ended, but that just might be like personal preference. It seemed really unrealistic. But given it's like a thriller, it probably didn't have to be realistic anyways. Not my favorite, but I didn't mind reading it. I did also read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, which I know is like really, really big online and especially on like Book Talk. I went into it having kind of like expectations. I've heard really good things about it, but sometimes I'm weary about Book Talk just because the previous stuff I've read from there I didn't enjoy as much, given that a lot of them were like romance books, and I realized I kind of just don't like romance books. But this I actually did really like, and I think it does live up to like the hype of it. Last one I'm going to share with you guys is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I also actually really, really enjoyed this. At times it felt a little bit slow or a little bit repetitive, but it does tell like the perspectives and like stories of different people, and it kind of like ties it all together, which I think is like written pretty well, and I did really enjoy it. I know that there's multiple books by this author. I think it's in a series. Okay, I'm not completely sure if the other books are like a part of a series for this, or if it's just written by the same author. Oh, all of these 3 I got from like a used bookstore, so definitely recommend checking out a used bookstore if you have one in your area, if you like reading physical books. And then my number 1 and 2 books that I read this year, I would say, are definitely Scythe, which is a sci-fi book. It's about like a post-mortality world. So it's like very interesting, very cool. I am always a sucker for sci-fi, which surprisingly I never heard of that before, even though I'm really big into sci-fi, but someone told me about it, so that's how I heard of it. It is like a trilogy, or maybe there's more than 3 books, but I read the first 2. The second one was like pretty decent, but definitely the first one is really, really good. And then Sunrise on the Reaping was definitely my number 1. I am a really, really big Hunger Games fan, so I was really, really excited for it when it was announced, and then also with the movie that's going to be coming out next year. Honestly, I would say it's like a top 3 book in the entire Hunger Games franchise. Like, that's how good it is. If you're like a Hunger Games fan, you know how big it is, because like there's so many connections in the book. I'm off to go walk a dog that I'm taking care of right now, but that's kind of it for tonight. I think today was a very good chill Sunday just going into the new year, but thanks for following along, and I hope you guys have a great new year.